What if the moment everything ended was actually the moment your real life began? What if losing your identity was the price of discovering your power? And what if starting with nothing wasn't a disadvantage, but the reason everything worked? She stands today in one of the most unforgiving markets on earth, the hills of Los Angeles, where luxury homes cling to cliffs, where mistakes cost millions, and where only the relentless survive. But this story didn't begin with blueprints. It didn't begin with investors. It didn't begin with money. It began with uncertainty. Her name is Melanie Marlowe. She was once a model, a career built on timing, appearance, and being chosen by someone else. And like all modeling careers, it came with an expiration date. When it ended, there was no corporate ladder waiting, no guaranteed paycheck, no safety net. What she had instead was something far more dangerous. Belief. I had nothing, she says, but I believe that if you believe in yourself and what you do, chances are you'll be a success. That belief didn't feel safe. It felt reckless, and it changed everything. That belief pushed her into renovating homes, not casually, not safely, into real risk, real capital, real consequences. Renovation became her classroom. Every mistake was tuition. Every lesson was paid for in time, stress, and effort. Eventually, renovation wasn't enough. She moved into building homes from the ground up, full developments, high-end, luxury, in Los Angeles. And that single decision tells you everything about how she thinks. Because most people play small when they're afraid. She played big when she had nothing. Napoleon Hill wrote in Think and Grow Rich that riches begin not in the wallet, but in the mind. That the first capital is desire, backed by faith, followed by relentless action. Hill tells the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man with no money who decided he would become Thomas Edison's partner. Not an employee, a partner. Barnes showed up before he was ready, stayed when it was uncomfortable, and refused to let go of the vision until reality caught up. That's the same move she made. She didn't wait to feel ready. She didn't wait to feel safe. She stepped forward with belief and let reality chase her. David Schwartz wrote in The Magic of Thinking Big that the size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. When you believe something can be done, your mind begins to search for ways to do it. She didn't choose a forgiving market. She chose Los Angeles luxury real estate, a big stage, where big thinking isn't optional, it's survival. That's not confidence, that's commitment. Paulo Coelho calls this a personal legend. In The Alchemist, Santiago leaves everything familiar to chase a calling he can't yet explain. He loses money, he gets robbed, he starts over. But the journey reshapes him into the person capable of receiving the treasure. She did the same. She left an old identity, accepted uncertainty, and followed a vision she couldn't yet prove. Then, something critical happened. On one property alone, she made approximately $3.5 million in profit. For most people, that's the finish line. Slow down, upgrade life, celebrate. She did the opposite. She reinvested over and over. Each project feeding the next, each profit becoming fuel. She reinvested her profits repeatedly, allowing her projects to grow larger and larger. And she used tools most people never learn about, like 1031 exchanges, rolling profits into new builds and legally deferring taxes, so capital could compound instead of evaporate. Robert Kiyosaki explains this exact mindset in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The rich don't work for money. They make money work for them. They use assets to buy more assets. They understand the rules before they complain about them. Her money wasn't a trophy, it was an employee. MJ DeMarco calls this the fast lane. In The Millionaire Fast Lane, he explains that wealth accelerates when profits are reinvested into scalable systems, not consumed as lifestyle upgrades. Each build got larger, each risk increased, each result multiplied. George S. Clausen wrote, "Make thy gold multiply, not save it, not admire it, multiply it." Her profits didn't sit still, they went back to work. And none of this happened without discipline. Hard work pays off, she says. Know your goal, focus on the goal, and don't stop until you get there. Angela Duckworth calls this grit. In grit, She proves that long-term success has far more to do with perseverance than talent. Gritty people stay when things get boring, when they get difficult, when others quit. Real estate development demands that kind of grit. James Clear explains in Atomic Habits that small actions, repeated consistently, compound into massive results. Final sweeping shot of the Hollywood Hills at golden hour, luxury homes visible throughout the landscape. The camera pulls back to reveal the full scope and scale of this exclusive market. The lighting is warm and hopeful, suggesting endless possibility. She didn't become a mogul overnight. She stacked days, skills, decisions, years. What looks like an overnight $3.5 million profit is decades of compounding effort. Cal Newport calls it deep work, the ability to focus intensely on high-value tasks without distraction. Her philosophy is simple, but not easy. Take risks when you have little to lose. Believe in yourself before the world has proof. Reinvest your wins. Work relentlessly, stay focused, and don't stop. This isn't luck. It's alignment with principles written about for decades. And if you're watching this, the real question isn't whether wealth is possible. It's whether you're willing to start before you feel ready, to risk when you have little, to think bigger than comfort allows, and to stay long enough for compounding to work. Because somewhere in the hills of Los Angeles, a former model who once had nothing is quietly proving, project after project, that this path works, if you're brave enough to walk it.